Hi everybody. Guess what I got today? Engine stand came. So I came out for a couple hours here after work and put it together. Some assembly required. So I think my idea is going to work. So we'll put this plate, on here. And then this should work out pretty good. Mounting it something like that under those flanges. The only thing we might have to do is either remove the shifting rail or cut a hole in the plate here to clear that, unless I finagle a different way orientation. But with those ears on there, that works better like that, short of making some custom standoffs or something. But anyway, one victory at a time. Got the engine stand together, and I got the piece of leather for that seal in there ordered last night, so that'll be here later in the week, so we can experiment with making that shifting seal. What I think we're going to do, the plan to try, is to take this plate, clean it all up, put a piece of leather on here with a smaller hole than what we need, put your plate down there, clamp it in place, and then stick a shaft in there to simulate the size of the shaft. It's a 3/4 inch shaft, so maybe stick like a 5/8 rod in there with the leather wet, of course. Let it dry like that, and then when it's dry, I'm guessing it'll shrink a little bit, so then it'll maybe be the right size for the 3/4 inch shaft. I don't know, we'll try it. It's a big enough piece of leather, we got a few different attempts if the first one doesn't work. So a little update for now. Another question for those people that might know. Okay, so that's got the leather shaft. This does not. It's just got that, where the oil slings off and then drips back into the differential housing through that little hole. Is it safe to assume that there was no seal of any sort on that shaft originally? Or should there be a seal of some sort too? I'm guessing there wasn't, but if anybody knows for sure, let me know. Thanks. So I got the plate here all cleaned up. Both sides wire wheeled, tap through the holes there, cleaned out all the other holes, cleaned out all this. Got all the what do you want to call it, retaining washer flattened out, cleaned up. Got the bolts cleaned up. So it's just a matter of, I got the new piece of leather, taking this new piece of leather, making it look like that. Okay, I got the seal all cut out of the new leather, holes punched. So I went with a 9/16 hole. The shaft is actually 3/4. But my logic is by the time it deforms up into place and stretches out a little bit, hopefully it'll end up working the right size. If not, we'll try it again or cut it some more or whatever. But a little Tupperware here of water. We'll let her soak here tonight and see what we can do in the morning. It's actually bubbling. That's kind of cool. Warm water. Absorbing the water, I suppose, all the air coming out of it. Easily amused here. much more pliable already. Leather is a very neat product. That might just work. So it's Saturday morning and let its leather soak all night. Came out here and loosely clamped it in there and pressed a socket through that has the same OD as the shaft, 3/4. And it kind of looks like the original. Not quite as pronounced of a lip, but I think it'll work. And let it dry and take it apart and probably soak it in some oil. And, yeah, I think we might just have it licked. First victory, it's going back together. Put the clutch plate back on the differential case for good now. It's all a little bit of black Permatex around the perimeter and on the bolt threads to seal it all up good. Yeah, now I can try to get it put on the engine stand. Ta-da, there we go, got it on the engine stand. Only had to make one small modification. Engine stand wasn't built right. The pin wouldn't line up, so I had to cut an 1/8 inch off the front of it, but now it works good. And I guess you can't expect much when you're going to pay whatever less than 150 bucks shipped to my door for an engine stand. So if I got to do a little bit of tuning it up to make it work, I guess I can't complain too bad. But yeah, now I start cleaning up some more parts, put this thing back together. Exciting! Woohoo! Well, I got the left side final drive pretty well cleaned up here this afternoon. A little more cleaning to do, but it's pretty well clean. It looks dirtier than what it really is because they must have used some type of a coating in there to seal off the inside of the casting. You can see where it's kind of runs, drips there. I don't know what it is, if it's some kind of a paint or what it is, but it kind of comes off, so for the most part, I've been cleaning most of them off, just going down to bare casting, but it's a little tricky to clean inside of this one, so I probably won't get all of it out of there, but get it all cleaned up good enough and move on to the other side, hopefully tomorrow. Well, there, I got the left side final drive pretty well cleaned up. Just temporarily stuck it on there just to see what it looked like, because I couldn't resist. There's a little drip tray all cleaned up. There's a shot of what that bolt that goes in there looks like that the end of the drip tray drips into to get it into the babbitt. I gotta source some of these goofy lock washers for these final drive bolts because a lot of them were broken and bad. They're kind of an oddball shape and size. They're really big OD, and try to find some of them, and then we can put that all back together for good. And then maybe next weekend we'll get the other side cleaned up and clean up the differential maybe and get that all back in there. Things go good.